Okay, so in my opinion, one of the most fun runs you can do in Versus or Arena is to go for a sniping build. And that's exactly what I did in this specific run. And quite a weird start. I guess I was really hard rolling for Mosquito and was just trying to get that. But I'm also taking advantage of the pineapple. So the pineapple is one of those new items. I say new, but it's like almost 2 months old at this point. It makes an ability to deal 2 more damage, and that's pretty helpful for the things that only deal like a small amount of damage, like Mosquito or Woodpecker. And instead of dealing 1 damage, it's going to deal 3 or 4. And that works pretty good early on, and then later in the game, you can get like lynx, crocodile, uh, leopards, whatever it is you want, and put pineapples on those as well. It's not gonna hold up super late game because sniping builds usually just fall off to 50-50 teams that have a bunch of scaling, but that's inevitable. It can win you at least some mid game and like tempo rounds, and then you can try to pivot into something better later on. Anyway, a very strange start. I can't believe this was actually the start to this run, but it looks so terrible. The hedgehog is just like a last chance to hopefully draw, but I think my iguana got hit by a mosquito there, so it did not survive. That's okay. I'm sure like things work out because I wouldn't post a video if I just like immediately lost at one win in arena. That would just yeah, that wouldn't be too interesting. Although maybe it would be like an inspiration to all the players who suck out there. I don't know. It'd be like, wow, even this suboptimal guy who's not that great at the game, but at least like somewhat knowledgeable a little bit, can still lose as well. And I lose plenty of times. I mean, I'm losing right here. Already down to a solid 5 hearts. But I'm sure I bring this back. I don't know how, but I'm just gonna watch and find out. I guess I'm looking for. Okay, there's the pineapple. That's a good start. Could probably take the giraffe. I can't believe how much I'm hard rolling for this. This seems extremely sketchy, and I feel like this is the type of run that looks like I would just abandon, but for some reason it must work out. Okay, the level 1 iguana does not kill the sheep, but the hedgehog causes a draw, so that's pretty nice. And let's see. Okay, so I got the blobfish pill. That's always just super helpful in the shop. That's even better than chocolate, even though it costs 4 gold. And then there's the woodpecker with the pineapple. So that's a solid 4 damage to 2 units, solid 8 damage, and then I'm dealing 6 more with this mosquito. So for like early game, that sounds like it's pretty strong. It's at least gonna get me some more draws, and I can definitely pivot off of like bluebird and hedgehog here. Lobster is a great pivot unit, usually just like an always take almost, unless if you already have like a bunch of level 2s in penguin or something. And there's lynx, another good scaler. And there's the blobfish. That's going to let me get level 3 mosquito. And just in case I happen to roll like double pill or something, I will freeze the other blobfish. Not really too much of a penalty, just freezing one extra thing. So you can see, like, I'm killing a lot of their units on their team. It's mostly the weak stuff, but suddenly this team has really turned around. Even though it was super hard fishing for these specific units, suddenly it's kind of working. Early monkey is usually very nice, but I'm trying to go for all scaling or all sniping, not scaling. Okay. Decide to buy a crow, which is interesting because I can't actually buy it this turn, and it also reduces my chance of seeing a pill. But I'm just hoping to find it anyways next turn. Obviously, the chance of pill decreases the farther you get in the game when you unlock more foods. And look at that, I killed 3 of their 5 units. That's a 60% kill rate. Not bad. With just 3 sniping units. And there's crocodile as well. There's level 2 woodpecker, very lucky. Early Sabertooth is not really. I forgot to mention like what kind of pack this is. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it's just a snipers for the most part. I did add in a little bit of scaling because it turns out it's hard to win an arena without some scaling. So I tried to at least balance the pack a little bit. Let's see. So now we're dealing 8 damage at the front. Oh my god! I wiped out their entire team and it just spawned sheep. That is incredible. I did not expect that. The mosquito is dealing what, 9 damage, and then we're dealing 8 with the uh, crocodile, now 10, and dealing a bunch with the lynx as well. A nice thing about the crocodile is when you level it up, now it deals its ability just multiple times. Okay, killed again 60% of their team. pretty good. Like, this is certainly good tempo for these middle rounds. Once the stats start getting pretty big, it's going to be hard to keep up. But for now, this is working, and I love it. But yeah, so Crocodile now does its ability twice. So instead, the Pineapple gets pretty much 2 uses because you're doing 10 damage twice now. So it's dealing 20 damage instead of 16, which is pretty good. And would you look at that? Oh my god, it's just so satisfying. Now their entire team seems to respawn, and it's actually surprisingly close. But still, just ultimately so satisfying to do that to people's teams. Crocodile is pretty much just straight up better than Hawk. Plus, when I level it up, its ability is again better than Hawk. And there's level 2 Crocodile next turn. And also a Pineapple for the Link. So I'm getting all 5 units a Pineapple. Love to see it. As far as like actual usefulness of the Pineapple, I have to admit it's not super high. But at least I get a draw there, just barely. Most of the time, like, I guess Pineapple and Woodpecker I think is the best use for mid-game tempo. But I don't really use it besides that. Like, most of the time, if I'm going with Big Mosquito, I end up giving it Melon. Like, the Pineapple on Crocodile, it is, like, a little bit more damage, but it's not really worth it. And this looks like a really strong team. Not quite able to kill everything, but again, get a draw. So dealing pretty nice damage. There we go. There's a Pineapple. I could combine the Crocodiles, but then I would lose out on a Pineapple, so just instead kind of buying food now and hoping to win the next 4. It's getting pretty late game now. We're going to start seeing some really strong teams. And also the Raccoon, it just steals Pineapple, which doesn't do anything. And again, I wiped out 80% of their team there. That was beautiful. Okay, so yeah, looking for food and pretty much links. I guess if I happen to see a couple more Crocs, I would take it. Right now my biggest unit is this Woodpecker, so just going to feed that a bit. And there's level 2 links. Lynx also is really good when you level it up because it acts like a leopard and it shoots multiple times instead of just dealing more damage to one unit, which is usually worse, I think. Except for Swordfish. And oh my god, it looked beautiful, again killing 3 units on their team, but just 2 units with Lemon just, I mean, it did me in. That was it, that was the end. Okay, level 3 Lynx, beautiful. So I have 9, 11, 13. It's dealing 15 damage 3 times. Solid 45 damage. And my team is pretty much complete. Run into a Vulture team. Oh, beautiful. Like, I killed everything. And the Orca spawns are just, like, clean up. And there we go. There's 8 wins. Don't look at how much longer the video is, alright? Don't spoil yourself for when I die. Or if I die. Oh, well, I maybe spoiled it there on accident, but you know what? Who knows what really happens, alright? It's turn 17. What do you really expect? I kill their toad, I kill something else at the front, but just that big lemon fish is gonna cost me. And there we go. Of course it's gonna fall off eventually, but it's really fun, like in the... I mean, turn 17 is really late. I did not expect to make it to turn 17. But still, again, just fun. This game, you're just meant to have fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya.